The festive season is synonymous with food and feasts, as many tend to go to the limit, enjoying all kinds of treats. And of course, the start of the new year is an opportunity to make resolutions and shed all the weight gained. There can be a scramble to start a new gym routine, begin a new diet, and overhaul one's habits. But how do we start incorporating healthier eating into our everyday lifestyle? Dietician Clinton Bakasa is going to give us some tips on how to do exactly that. So if you're sitting watching with a bowl of sweets or some Christmas leftovers in front of you, you might want to put them down as we get into the details. Clinton, I trust we do have you on the line. They say that the fact that you might need to have a Christmas or a New Year's resolution is an indication that your lifestyle's already not sustaining healthy habits. How do we begin to right those wrongs?
How are you doing, Aaron? Thanks for having me. Well, I mean, that whole notion of starting all those, healthy habits in January, I mean, it's a tried and tested and failed phenomena. We all know that we've tried that and we all fail all the time. So I think the best time to actually start all those changes is right around now. So yeah, you're exactly right. That we need to start making all those changes right away during this period. I mean, it gives us it's a good opportune time for us to start making all those changes because many of us do have very busy lifestyles, and right now we do sort of have that time, those couple of weeks that we have on our side to make all those changes.
I suppose one of the difficulties is if you get a sort of spurt of inspiration and maybe some guilt after Christmas or even New Year, there can be a rush to make all sorts of dramatic changes that aren't sustainable once the realities of a work routine and life kick in 2023. What do you do with your clients to help sort of gradually make long-lasting changes to diet and exercise?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's gradual, as you just say, but I think, the main, idea is to actually start right away, during this festive period, I mean, take some time to start making small little changes that really do count. For example, sleeping, have some good sleep, because many of the times we use this period to now have all those parties that last all night. And we do know that, a lack of adequate amount of sleep is associated with slow or low metabolism. So it's quite an important thing that we start eating, start with a simple thing as just sleeping better, practicing sleep better. This is the time that we tend to have those braais. Many of the times we start speaking about sugar and all those Christmas puddings that you were speaking about earlier on, but we also do tend to braai a lot. We use a lot of, seasoning that contain a lot of salt. And we do know that as well that, hypertension that we know is associated with that high intake of salt is a silent killer in this country and even globally. So it's quite an important thing that we start making small little changes like that. Start having nutritious, snacks in between, it's quite an important thing, snack better. Now, many of us were at home at this point. Us who are from, rural areas, we do know that there's a lot of, wild fruits and vegetables that we can start making use of right around now. So yeah, I think it's just about making changes right away.
So you've spoken about the importance of getting proper sleep, also being wary of too much salt and fat with family braais and friend braais over the season. What about alcohol?
Absolutely, you're right. We tend to also binge around this period as well, and we do know that high intake of alcohol is associated with high triglyceride levels, which are risk markers for cardiovascular diseases. We know alcohol is associated with even gout, for example. It can push you into gout and gout attacks, and kidney issues. Liver, we shouldn't forget about the liver as well. So it's not all about, trying to lose weight, but also being mindful of our health as well, because it's quite an important thing, more than even just the weight. Just being healthy is quite an important thing. So starting making all those changes is quite an important thing, to start working on it right away. Because, as January comes in, as you say, it is now a rush, Now work is now on our backs, and now we can't make all those changes. We just then tend to all those convenient foods that we always tend to when things get tougher.
Clinton, starting right away, what would you say if you could wave a magic wand and ensure everyone did these 3 things, would you recommend?
Mm-hmm. Right. I think take this period to start learning with meal prepping. As I said to you, many of us live very, very busy lifestyle. And I mean, when the rush and rush does start, we do not even have time to even start, making the food that is healthy. Start, making use of all those practice all those, recipes that allows you to cook, food in advance that you can, make use of in the next coming few days. So that will be the first one. I would say also you can start making use of those meal tracks, those food trackers. There's a lot of food trackers that are there online now that are in terms of good algorithms which are actually quite close to accuracy. You don't have to make huge changes. You can start by using that, just to have an understanding of how much calories your body requires and how does that translate to food portions and things like that. That will be the second one. But also you can drink lots and lots of water. Many of us don't drink water, and we are sitting with high levels, like I said earlier on about gout. Not drinking water as well can cause some kidney dysfunction and kidney problems as well. So yeah, I think it's a matter of just making small little changes through and through.
Clinton Bakasa there, those 3 tips, just a reminder for you. Meal prep, says Clinton. Get one of those food trackers to keep tabs on what's going in and keep your water levels up. 3 initial steps you can take to get a grip on all of the festivities over this holiday season.